No, the union, as far as the policy of the is concerned, was always and will always be in control as far as its membership is concerned.
Yeah. The community support,
as far as our members are concerned, you know, we are the authority. Now, the COM organization was sort of set up for this reason, that people were really, at that point in time, wanting to do something. They were gung-ho to do something. The thing that we knew that we could not involve them all under the union banner, because you know, we had our hands full just trying to administer the problems of the employees. So we said, well, maybe an umbrella organization through which all of the structured groups can work would be the best thing, with representation from all of the groups that are involved. And it was just sort of sprung out.
Well, now, did the union, then the union considered that what was directing this then was the union plus the COM people, the COM leaders?
Right, the COM organization was simply a support group, not a policy-making group as far as the union was concerned.
But at that point, though, have you not, at that point, has the union not kind of lost control of what is going to happen about this strike out in the community? At this point, your marches...
No, we never, at any point during the sanitation strike, lost control of it. Either the activities or anything else.
You were always part of the decision-making, or at least you were aware of what was happening.
Well, we had the power to approve or veto any course of action that was going to be taken.
Oh, did you, by the COM organization?
Yeah, during that strike situation, because bear in mind that for instance, the sanitation strikers were the only bodies available on a round-the-clock basis, you know, to undertake projects. But the community here didn't have any knowledge of background in what was taking place, and so they were almost reliant on us as far as strategy was concerned. The major thing that they provided was, for instance, the facilities for mass meetings, speakers for meetings, fundraising, and assisted in developing the strategy and whatever.
But let me go back again, because I don't quite understand this. It appears to me, in looking at it very much from the outside, that at the point where you get such intense community involvement as you had there, that then your settlement doesn't just affect your union members, but then your settlement has also got to be agreeable to the black community.
Oh, there's no question about this, and we pointed this out quite clearly. We at all times kept the membership aware as well as the community aware of what was taking place. And that, as a matter of fact, every day practically we reported on progress and what we felt, you know, it meant or didn't mean. And that at any time, and always it's a situation, at any time the membership can vote to terminate the thing. But we felt that since the community had made such a tremendous contribution and support to this thing, they should be aware also and agreeable with. But by keeping them constantly aware of what was taking place, by pointing out to them what we felt could be achieved and could not be achieved, we didn't have a question of them vetoing a settlement of the strike, because they were quite aware of the fact that our concerns were primarily the welfare of the employees involved, and whether they agreed with it or not. If we reached a point where the issues or settlement of the issues were acceptable to the strikers, then that was the termination of the strike.
Yeah. Are you getting at the same point that, in other words, I think what we're trying to delineate, if possible, did the necessities of the other involvements with the black community and the people involved become greater than the original thing of the union, so that it was to the benefit of the black community that the strike not be settled unless certain other aspects of it or were brought into...
Easier way to say it, did it become, rather than a union strike, did it become a civil rights battle in the city?
No, I think it was a civil rights battle probably almost from the outset because of the nature of the workforce. But the eventual settlement that we wound up with, for instance, the only area that the community could even understand would be the question of the wage settlement. You know, they can
Yeah.
say it's too high or it's too low, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But we had, as I pointed out, made you know, every effort to have them fully understand where we were and what it meant.
Yeah, I understand that. I was just trying to say that, for instance, before. And
Well, I think maybe what you're asking is did the community have such a hold on the thing that the union could not settle the strike if the community
That's
did
right.
not want it settled?
That's right.
Well, I
The
thought I answered
detail
that
of-
by,
yeah.
by saying that our primary concern
Right.
is the membership that we represent.
yeah.
Yeah.
When
In
we-
other words, you feel that at no time really where there was any settlement held up by the fact that you had so many supporters, you know.
No, not at all.
You know, with friends like that, you don't need enemies in
No,
that sense.
Never. We would. I think we'd be less than honest
Uh-huh.
if we did something like that. Because bear in mind that each day this thing went on, there were a tremendous number of people making tremendous sacrifices, and we just could not, under any circumstances, play games with that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
But
yeah,
you-
I understand that also, but for instance, when we mentioned the hospital strike, the hospital strike has stayed almost completely a union matter. I mean, the community has not been mobilized in the hospital strike as it was in the sanitation strike.